So from our question 8, we're talking about expressing 130 kilometer per second in what? In meters per hour. So now for us to do this, first of all, we have kilometer per second. Let's convert this to meter per second. This is apparently going to be 130 kilometer per second is 130,000 meter per second, which can be written in standard form as 1.3 times 10 raised to the power 5 meters per second. For it to be in this form, we're going to write this as what? 1.3 times 10 raised to the power 5 divided by what? 3600, and this is going to give us what? This will give our answer to be 1 divided by, I will have 36.1111, let's leave it in this form, times what? Meters per hour. And this is what we'll have here. Then our question 9. Our next question, we have it that divide the LCM of 36. Divide the LCM of 36, 54, and 90 by what? By their HCF. HCF. Right? So, what is the LCM of this? Is what we should get. So, for 36, we have values that can go into 36 as 2 can go twice, and after that, we still have 3 to go, right? Twice. And for 54, 2 can go, yes, to give us what? 27, and we still have 3 to go. 3 will go here 3 times, thereabouts, yes. 3 will go here, yes. And we have for our 90, we have 2 to go, and what do we have? What else do we have? We have 3 to go, right? That's, we have 45. 3 for 45, 15. 3, we have 5, and we have 5 here. Right? So from this, we have this, right? So now, our LCM now is going to be, let's pick this and multiply. This will give us our LCM. This is going to be 2 to the power of 2 times, 2 to the power of 3 times 5. And this is what? 4 times, we have 27 times 5. Our LCM will be 4 times 27 times what? 5. And we'll have 540. So from the look of what we have here, what will be our highest common factor? We have already arranged this. So our highest common factor, our HCF here, is going to be what? We have 2, we have 3 coming up twice for each, and yeah, so this is going to be what? 2 times 9, which is what? Our HCF to be what? 18. So what did they ask us to do? They said divide the LCM of these given values by their HCF. So this is going to be what now? Our LCM divided by the HCF of the given value will be what? 540 divided by 18. And what do we have here? 540. 540 divided by 18 gives us 30 as our answer. And yeah, we have our answer there. And our next question. What do we have here? We have 25. That's 1 number minus. We have 25 to the power of what? x minus 1 is equal to 64 in brackets 5 over 2 all to the power of 6. What are we going to have here now? We can reduce this 25 to be what? 5 raised to the power of 2x minus 1 to be equal to our 64. Can be broken down to 2 raised to the power of 6 to give us 64. And we have 5 over 2 raised to the power of 6. So what do we have here? This can be written as 5 to x minus 1 is equal to 2 raised to the power of 6. If we take as the power into this bracket, we have 5 raised to the power of 6 and 2 raised to the power of 6. And this apparently will cancel out. And we are going to be left with what? 5 to the power of 2x minus 1 is equal to 5 to the power of 6. And we can equate the powers now. So 2x minus 1 is equal to 6. What do we have here now? 2x minus 2 is equal to 6. We collect like them, so we're going to be left with what? 6 plus 2. And our x is what? 8 divided by 2 when we do our simplification here. So now our x is what? 4. So this is our value of x. And our next question, if a circular paper disc if a circular paper disc is trimmed in such a way that its circumference is reduced in the ratio 2.5, in what ratio is the surface area reduced? They said what? The circumference is reduced in the ratio of what? 2:5. In what ratio is the surface area reduced? In what ratio is the surface area reduced? So, if the ratio if the circumference is reduced, that's if the circumference is reduced to a ratio of what? They said 2:5. That's 2:5. They said in what ratio is the surface area reduced to? In what ratio is the surface area reduced to? Now we know that from our usual formula in circle, we have pi r squared as the area, we have 2 pi r as our circumference. We are going to assume this. If our ratio is in this form, 2:5, that is 2 over 5 as the ratio, then the surface area will be in the form 2 over 5 squared. We are scaling it in this form, 2 over 5 squared. So this will be what? 4 over what? 25. Right? And what do we have here? This will be 4 is to 25. 4 is to 25 as the ratio of surface area. So now we move to our next question. That's the number of work now. We said in base 10, the number equals, okay, they give us 101 in base 2, and we are to represent it in base 10. So we know how to do this. 101 in base 2 can be represented as, since it is in base 2, we are going to start with this. We know about this, naming this in this order, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, with the respective 1 and zeros. So this is going to be 1 times 2 is 2 to the power of 5 plus this will apparently be 0, so we'll just put 0. 1 times 2 to the power of what? 3 plus 1 times 2 to the power of 2 plus this will be 0 plus 1 times 2 to the power of what? 0. What are we going to be left with here? 2 to the power of 5 will give us 32, right? 2 to the power of 5. That's 32. We have 32 plus, we have 8 plus, we have 4 plus 1. So this is going to what now? 45. If we sum them up. So this is going to be 45 base 10. In base 10, that is 45. Then we have our next question. It's just a normal question and answer. They said a dash variation is one whose values convey the concept of attributes rather than number. And our answer here is going to be qualitative. Qualitative variation is one whose values convey the concept of attributes rather than number. Qualitative. Then we'll move to our next question. Here. We have the annual profits of a transport business were divided between the two partners A and B in the ratio 3:5. If B receives 3,000 naira more than A, the total profit was what will be their total profit if we sum them together. We have partner A. By our question, partner A has what? Let's call it let the ratio to partner A be 3x. Let's say that's the profit for partner A. And for partner B, let's call it, since it is 3:5, let's call it 5x. Now, they said if B receives 3,000 naira more than A, the total profit was, so now 5x minus 3x is equals to what? 3,000 naira. This is what you received. This is going to be what? 2x is equals to what? 3,000. And what do we have here? Divide by 2. Divide here by 2. We have x to be equals to what? We have x to be equal to what? 1,500 naira. So now they want us to find, they said, what's the total profit now? This is their profit. So this is going to be 3, our x this is going to be 3x plus 5x. And this implies what? 3 times 1,500 plus 5 times 1,500. So this is going to be, what do we have here? This is going to be 4,500, right? Plus, what do we have here? This is going to be, we have 6,500. And if we sum it, what are we going to have? We have what? We have 11,000 here. That's their total. We have 11,000. Sorry for us to 4,500 and 7,500. Sorry for this. 7,500. And our total will be 12,000 instead. 12,000 naira as our profit. 12,000 naira as the total profit. Now we move to the next question. Here, what do we have here? We have, okay, that's 50. We have the diameter of a metal rod is measured as 23.40 centimeter to 4 significant figures. What is the maximum error in the measurement? What is the maximum error in the measurement? We have 23.40 what centimeters to 4 significant figures. What is the maximum error? They call this, they have told us that this is a 4 significant. We have 23.40. This is our unit tenths, and this is our tenths and hundredths. So we are going to make our consideration that our hundredths came. That's the hundredths. So our error will be found by what? Dividing, what is our hundredths? Our hundredths now. Hundredths is 0.01. So our maximum error here, that's our maximum error will be 0.01 divided by 2. So this is going to be what? 0.005. This is going to be 0.005. 0.005 centimeters as our error. So our next question, they said the ratio of the price of a loaf of bread to the price of a packet of sugar in 1975 was R is to T. In 1980, the price of a loaf went up by 25% and that of packet of sugar by 10%. Their new ratio is now, what is their new ratio? Can we use the other part of the board this week? The ratio of the price of loaf of bread to the price of the packet of sugar in 1975. This ratio, we have R is to T in 1975. That's the ratio of what? Loaf of bread to the price of loaf of bread to packet of sugar. R is to T. Then I said in 1980, the price of a loaf went up by 25%. That's the price of this loaf went up by what? 25%. Let's consider price of loaf. Price of loaf, which we stated as R, in 1980, it increased by what? 25%. In 1975, it was R. In 1989, it will be R plus 25% of that. That will be 0.25 R. Right? Then now, and that of packet of sugar by 10%. So price of packet of sugar, which is our T, increased by T plus 10%, that's 0.1, right? 0.1 T. Thank you. Right, as I said, their new ratio is now, what will now be their new ratio? So now, this now, what does it do as? This is going to be what? 1.25 R. And this will total as what? After the increase as what? 1.1 what? See, that's for the price of what? Sugar. So their ratio now, since it is R is to T, this is now going to be 1.25 R. Yeah? This is 1.1 C. And what are we going to have here? 1.25 R divided by 1.1 C. We'll punch our calculator. This will give us 1.25 divided by 1.1, and we have it to be I'll have this to be 25 I want this to become 25. If we point our calculator, it will give us 25 all over 22. And R when we resolve it. So this is what? 25 R is to 22 T. They said their new ratio is now, this will now be their new ratio. So now, for the next question, we have the sum of, they said the sum of what? 37 over 8 and 11 over 3 is less than what? It's less than the difference between 3 over 8 and 12 over 3. Let's first go with the sum, then we'll come with the difference. So what is the sum? For the sum, we have 3 over 7, 7 over 8 plus 11 over 3. And what will this give us if we resolve it? This is going to be what? If we carry our LCM and do whatever we want to do, we're going to have what here? 24 multiplying these two, we're going to have 3 multiplying by 37. That's plus, multiplying to our LCM here. So 24 divided by 2 will have 8. 8 multiplying by 11, all divided by 24. And with one calculator, we have 1 plus 8 all over 24. And this is what? 199 about 24. Right? Now for our difference. We're going to have 3 over 8 subtracting 12 over 3. And what are we going to have here? We're going to have carrying out our LCM 24 and resolving through. We have multiplying through here, we have what? 3 multiplying by 3 plus our LCM 24 multiplying through here, 8 times 12 all over 24. And what do we have here? 9 plus 8, that's 96. 96 over 24, which can be written as what? 105 over 24. So these are sum, and these are difference. The difference between 12 over 8 and 12 over 3. So our question says the sum is less than the difference between. So we're going to use the sum of 3 over 7 is less than the difference between by. So this is going to be, we're going to subtract our sum from our difference. Subtracting our sum from our difference, we have 1 over 5 over 24 subtracting 199 over 24. And what do we have here? We're going to have 1 over 24. Now final answer will be minus 94 over 24. Minus 94 divided by 24 gives us minus 3. So we're going to have minus 94 over 24. And if we resolve that in, put it in decimal place, we're going to have minus 3.9167. Minus 3.9167 in 4 decimal place. So our next question, this is 15. Okay. We made a mistake with the sign here. We are supposed to have a minus sign here. We're supposed to have a minus sign here for this. So this is supposed to be 9 minus 96, which will give us minus 83. And we're supposed to have what here? Minus 83. So minus 83 minus 199 minus 282 minus 282 divided by 24. This is then minus 47/4. That's for our number. So for our next, two distinct sectors in the same circle subtend 100 degrees. We're supposed to have 100 degree here and 30 degrees respectively at the center of the circle. Their corresponding arcs are in the ratio. What is the ratio of their corresponding arcs? That's what we are asked here. So we have two sectors subtending an angle 100 degrees and 30 degrees. They are at the center of the circle. Their corresponding arcs are in the ratio. The corresponding arcs will be in the ratio as the angle subtended. So it is going to be in the ratio of 100 to 30. So this is going to be 100 divided by 30. We cancel. So our ratio will be 10:3. We're going to have 10:3 here. Then our next question. What is the number whose logarithm to base 10 is 0.3482? What is the number whose logarithm to base 10 is? What is the number whose logarithm to base 10 is 0.3482? They are asking us what is the number whose logarithm to base 10 is this. So that is log to base 10 of n should give us 0.3482. So how can we resolve this? This is our n. To find our n, n will be equal to what? 10 to the power of 0.3482. And if we punch our calculator, this is going to be n will be 2.2295 to base 4. 2.2295 to base 4. 2.2295 to base 4. That's for 2.2295 for n. So our next question. When a dealer sells a bicycle for 81 naira, a dealer sells a bicycle for what? 81 naira. He sells a bicycle for 81 naira. He makes a profit of 80%. Makes profit of what? 8%, sorry. What did he pay for the bicycle? What did he? Now they are asking us for the. What did he pay? What's the cost price of that bicycle? Thereabout. So here, this is. We have our profit percent to be what? Profit. There's a formula for that. Profit percent is equals to what? Profit over cost price. That's the cost price of the bicycle. This is what we're going to have. So this is going to, our profit is what? Profit is written as selling price minus the cost price. That's our profit. So we can write this to be what now? This is going to be 8% is equals to what? Our selling price is 81 naira. minus our cost price, which we don't know, all over cost price. If we cross multiply here, we have 8. Let me just put this in 0.08 cost price. When we cross multiply, is equals to 81 naira. That's the selling price minus cost price. What do we have here now? This is going to be taking this to the other side. We have 0.08 cost price plus cost price to be equals to 81 naira. So if we sum this up, this is just like 0.08 plus 1. So this is going to be 1.08 cost price is equals to 81 naira. So what do we have here? The cost of the bicycle is 81 over 1.08. 81 over 1.08 gives us 75 naira. So the cost of the bicycle was 75 naira. So now we'll move to our next question. They said our next question says write the decimal number 39 to base 2. That's 39 to base 2. 39 to base 2 is just carrying out this division. We say 2, 39. 2 goes into 39. How much will it go? That will be 18 times. If 2 goes into 39, 18 times, that will be 36. That will be 36. It will go 19 times to give us what? 38. So if it goes 19 times remainder 1, we'll make our remainder to give us 38. And our 2 goes into 19. How much? That will be 9. And there is a remainder, right? 1. And 2 goes into 9. It will go how many times? 4. We have a remainder 1. 2 goes here. 2, there's a 0. 2 here, 1. There's a 0. 2 here, 0, 1. And what do we have here? Our 39 to base 2 is 100111 base 2. That's for our next 10011 base 2. So our next question we have a father is now 3 times as old. A father is now 3 times as old as his son. 12 years ago, he was 6 times as old as his son. How old are the son and the father? How old are the son and the father? How old are the son and the father? So now, how can we solve this? Let F be our father, and our father is what? They said he is 3 times as old as his son. Let's say 3s. Let's small s be the age of the son. Then let s be the son and small x be the age of the son. So now, 12 years ago, he was 6 times as old as his son. 12 years ago. That is, what do we have here? The father now. For the father now, 12 years ago, that's 3 minus 12. He was 6 times as old as his what? Son, the big S. How about the son? If it is 12 years ago for the son now, it will be what? This small, the age of the son minus 12. We give for the son S. That's the son, the son now, in that 12 years ago will be the age minus 12 for the son. So now for us to find the age of the son and the father, we are going to use this to find our solution. 3s minus 12 is equals to 6. This is the age of the son. S minus 12. And what do we have here? 3s minus 12 is equals to 6x minus what? 6 times 12. We are going to get what there? We are going to get 72. 72, right? Yes. And if we collect like terms, what are we going to get? Take this to the other side and take 72 here. We are going to get 72 minus 12 is equals to 6s minus 3s. And what do we have here? 60 is equals to what? 3s. The age of the sun now will be what? 60 divided by 3. 60 divided by 3, that's what? 20. It means the age of the sun will be 20. So if the age of the sun is 20, if the father's age is 3 times the age of the sun, it means our father, which is the father, is now going to be 3 times 20. So the father is going to be 60 years old. And the son will be 20 years old. So here, we'll move to our next question. Our next question says, a steel ball of radius 1 centimeter is dropped into a cylinder of radius 2 centimeter and height 4 centimeter. If the cylinder is now filled with water, what is the volume of the water in the cylinder? What is the volume of the water in the cylinder? They are asking us for the volume of the water. And we are dealing with what? A cylinder, and we are dealing with what? A cylinder and a sphere here because of that steel ball. We are assuming that steel ball to be a sphere. So now, the cylinder, what is the volume of a cylinder? Because we are asked for the volume of the water here. For us to find the volume of the water, it will be the volume of the cylinder minus the volume of the sphere, which is the ball, will give us the volume of our water. So if the radius of the ball is what? 1 centimeter. Let me put B here as the ball. And the cylinder has radius. The radius of cylinder, let me put RC, to be what? 2 centimeter. And height, this cylinder has a height of what? The cylinder has a height of 4 centimeter. 4 centimeters. If the cylinder is now filled with water, what is the volume of the water in the cylinder? I told us that the volume of the water, which is VW, let's call it, will be the volume of the cylinder itself. Let me say VC minus what? The volume of that steel ball that was dropped into the cylinder containing water. That's VB. Let's call it VB, which is the steel ball. So now, our VC now, which is the volume of the cylinder, we are going to use the formula for volume of a cylinder, which is what? Pi r square h. And for VB, we are going to use the volume of a sphere for the steel ball to be what? That's 4 over 3 pi r cube. So now we already know our parameters here. For volume of the ball, it is 1 centimeter, and for that of the cylinder, we have 2 centimeters. So we can resolve this to be volume of the cylinder is what? Pi times our r is what? 2 centimeter squared times our height is given to us as 4 centimeter, and volume of our steel ball is what? 4 all over 3 times our pi times our r is what? 1 centimeter squared. So what do we have here? Cube. This is cube, sorry. So what do we have here? Our VC now. We are going to represent this now. Volume of water is equal to, look at our volume of cylinder. We have pi times 2 centimeters squared times 4 centimeters squared. 4 centimeter, to see 4 centimeter, minus the volume of our steel ball, 4 over 3 pi times 1 centimeter cube. So what do we have here now? Our volume of water will be, if we multiply this through, we are having 16 centimeter cube pi minus, this is going to be what? 4 over 3 pi centimeter cube. So if we resolve this, this is going to be in the form of volume of our water is what? 16 minus 4 over 3 centimeter cube pi. So 16 minus 4 over 3. What do we have? We have it to be 44 over 3, 44 over 3 centimeter pi centimeter cube. Pi centimeter cube. So we have 44 over 3 pi centimeter cube as our volume of water. So we go for our next question. We have, there is a repeated question here. We have solved this earlier. That's for when a dealer sells a bicycle. Then 26, write the decimal. We have already solved this also earlier. And 27, a father is now 3 times. We have already solved this earlier also. A steel ball of radius, we have solved this earlier also. That's 21. Then our next question, that's find a 2-digit number such that 3 times the tens digit is 2 less than twice the unit digit, and twice the number is 20 greater than the number obtained by reversing the digits. They say find a number. Find a 2-digit number such that 3 times the tens digit is 2 less than. Okay, that's 29. They said find a 2-digit number such that 3 times the tens digit. 3 times, let t be the tens digit. 3 times t is 2 less than twice the unit digit. Is equals to 2 twice the unit. Let u be the unit digit minus 2. They now said, and twice the number is 20 greater than the number obtained by reversing the digits. And they said these 2-digit numbers now, twice the number is 2 times that number we're talking about, let me call it w, is 20 greater than the number obtained by reversing the digits. Is 20 is this number plus 20. I can write it in either way, you see. But now, what is our w? What is our w? Our w are those 2 digits. So those digits is, let me define those digits to be, since t is tenths, the tenths plus what? The units. So this is 2 times tenths plus the unit is equals to 20 plus the reverse. So this is going to be 10u plus 10 plus t. So what do we have here? We have 20t plus 2t plus 2u is equals to 20 plus, we have 10u plus t. From our word problem, we can make t subject then. If we make our t subject, what are we going to get? From here, we are going to get t is equals to 2u minus 2 over 3. So if we substitute it into this equation we have here, we are going to have 2 into 2u minus 2 over 3 plus 2u is equals to 20 plus 10u plus what? Our t is what? 2u minus 2 over what? 3. So we can multiply through this equation here to do away with our 3, our denominator 3 in from both sides. We can multiply it by 3. So this is going to be what? This is going to be multiplying by 3 additionally to this is going to be, this will be 2 times 2, 4 times 3 will give us 12u minus 12 plus 3 times this will be 6u is equals to this, multiplying this by 3, we have what? 60 plus multiplying by 3, 30u plus 2u minus 2. So we have to make u subject here. So we have 12u plus 6u minus 30u minus 2u, right? And is equal to 60. 60 minus 2, and we have minus 12 here, taking it to the other side to be plus 12. So if we resolve this, 12u plus 6u minus 30u minus 2u is going to give us what? We're going to have something like 12 plus 6, 12 plus 6 plus minus 30, sorry, minus 2 will give us minus 14u is equal to, and we have 60, and we have 70. Minus 2 here will be 10, and we have 70 here. So it means from here, our u will be, if we divide both sides by minus 14, our u will be 70 divided by minus 14. Let's come to this upper part of the book. Our u will be 70 divided by minus 14. That will be, sorry, let's check this out if we did not make a mistake with signs. 210t plus 10u plus t. We made a mistake here. This is supposed to be 20t plus 2u. Sorry about that. So this is supposed to be what now? This is supposed to be 20 outside here. Let's correct our. This is supposed to be 2u. We have 2u, right? So this is supposed to be what now? This is supposed to be 40u. Let's just make it. Let's finish it bit by bit. 2u is equals to. We have what here? 20 plus 10u plus 2u plus 2 over 3. So like I said, multiplying through by 3 to do it with this our denominator is 3. We're going to have what? We're going to have 40u minus 40 plus 6u is equal to, by 3, 60 plus 30u plus 2u minus 2. And we'll continue from here. This is going to be collecting like terms our u. We have 40u, 6u, 40u plus 6u, and from the other side we have 30u and 2u, so it will be minus 30u minus 2u, and it's equal to what? It's equal to what? We have 60 there, 60, taking minus 40 to the other side, plus 40, and we have minus 2 there. So this is going to be what now? We're going to have 46 minus 40 minus 6, sorry, plus 6 minus 30 minus 2. We're going to have 14 here is equal to, and we have 98 here. So our u will be 98 divided by 14. Our u is equal to is 7. So getting our u as 7, our t can be easily gotten. So since we have already done this here, t is equal to 2u minus 2 over 3. We are going to have what? T, going to have it to be 2 times 7 minus 2 over 3. So our t is going to be what? 14 minus 2 over 3. And our t is what? 12 over 3. What do we have here? C is what? 4. So now we have gotten our unit digits and our tens digits. So our tens and units, combining it, this is our tens digits 4, and this is our unit digits, which is 7. So our final answer is 47. That's, yeah, the two digits number, which is the tens and the units. So now find the root. We'll go to our next question. Find the roots of the equation. Sorry, this is a wrong question. The question is not properly. This is find the roots of the equation 10x squared minus 13x minus 3. 10x squared minus 13x minus 3. That we should find the roots of the equation 10x squared minus 13x minus 3 is equal to 0. This is our number 30. So what do we do here? We are going to be using the almighty formula to resolve this. Our a here is 10, and our b here is minus 13, our c is minus 3. And using the relation, our roots here was going to be in the form of minus b plus or minus roots b squared minus what? AC all over what? All over 4AC all over what? 2A plus or minus root b squared minus 4AC all over 2A. Now these are discriminants here. We can easily get it. Our root, let's just find this before we come back. Our root b squared minus 4AC will be b squared. What do we have here? Minus 1, 3. If you square it, that's 160. 169. We have 169 minus 4AC. AC, that's minus 30 times 4. That will be what? Plus 120, right? That's 10 times. That's minus 30 times minus 4. That's plus 120. So this is going to be the root of what? 289. That's for our discriminant. So we can take this back to our almighty formula to be what? Minus, we already know what our b is. Minus 13 plus or minus roots. This, we have already gotten our discriminant. Root 289 all over 2a. A. That's 2 times 10. And what do we have here as our roots? This will be 13 plus or minus our root 289. That will be 17. 17 all over 20. So it means our s is going to be 13 plus 17 over 20, or x will be 13 minus 17 over 20. That will be what? 13 plus 17. That will be what? 30, right? And or it's going to be what? Minus 4 over 20. And we can simplify it for that to be 3 over 2, or minus 1 over what? 5. Minus 1 over 5 and 3 over 2. So now our next questions will be, let's say, Said if sine x equals cosine x, if sine x equals cos x, what is x? What is x in radians? What is x in radians? What is that value of x in radians that makes sine x and cos x equal? So what value? If we know about the special angles which is the 30, 45, 90, thereabout, our sine our sine 45 should give us the same value as cos 45. Yes, our sine 45 should give us the same value as cos 45. So we can write this 45 can be written as pi over 4, because pi over 4, yeah, it can be written as pi over 4. So it means by our question, they say if sine x equals cos x, what is x in radians? Our x will be pi over 4. Our x will be pi over 4. Our next question, they said if x squared plus 4 is equals to 0, then x is what? Our x is simply, this is going to be x squared is equals to minus 4. And what do we get? X is what? The square root of minus 4, which is what? 2 root minus 1. X will be what? X will be what? 2 root minus 1. That's by having a complex form here. So it will be 2i. 2 root minus 1. This will be our answer for x. Root of minus 4. So now, the next 33, we have it that a cuboid has a diagonal of length. The diagonal has length of what? 9 centimeters. Cuboid has diameter of length 9 centimeter and a square base of side 4 centimeter. What is its height? Base of what? 4 centimeter. What is its height? What is its height? The diagonal, they give us the diagonal of the length. We know that to find for the area, to find the area for a cuboid, that's for a cuboid, that's the area for a cuboid should be length, I think, times width plus the length times height plus the width times height, right? Which should be our base now. They give us a diagonal. They said a cuboid has a diagonal of length 9 centimeter and a square base of 4 centimeter. What is its height? Since we are given a diagonal 9 centimeter and a square base of 4 centimeter, our height, I think our diagonal should be in this form. The formula should be, that's, we're not giving on a square base of side 4 centimeter, the length with, this should be, length, sorry, we'll come back to this question. That's 33. A cylinder of height A cylinder of height h and radius r is open at one end. Its surface area of a cylinder. We know that the surface area of a cylinder is that's two. We know that the surface total surface area of a cylinder is 2, that's pi r squared, that's the plus our pi rh, 2 pi rh. So now if a cylinder of height h and radius r is open at one end, its surface area is, since it is open at one end now, its surface area now opened at one end would be pi r squared plus 2 pi rh. So at 35, a pyramid is constructed on a cuboid. The figure has, we have a pyramid. Let's say this is our cuboid, and there's a pyramid constructed on it. Apparently, the figure has how many edges? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and let's 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It will have 16 edges. If we count the edges. So the keyboard will have 16 edges. So for 36, question number 36, we have a rectangular picture 6 cm by 8 cm is enclosed by a frame half centimeter wide. That means there is a rectangular picture. Let's say this is the picture, and we have what? 8 centimeters here, and we have what? 6 centimeters here. Let me put that up. 8 centimeters and 6 centimeters. It's enclosed by a frame. That means there's a frame that's as thick as this. There's a frame that holds this rectangular picture. They say calculate the area of the frame. What is the area of this frame? And they told us that it is enclosed by a frame half centimeter wide. This frame is half centimeter wide. That is 1/2 centimeter wide. It is 1/2 centimeter. That's 0.5 wide. And the same way to this. This is 0.5. This too will be 0.5. That's half centimeter wide. Thereabouts. They said calculate the area of the frame. For us to get the area of this frame, it is going to be we calculating what? The total area here. Subtracting what? The area of the rectangle. Now, area of the main rectangle. Area of rectangular picture. The area of our rectangular picture now will be what? We have 8 centimeter by 6 centimeter. That's the length, 8 centimeter. And so this will be length times breadth, which we know is going to be 8 times 6. And what do we get here? We are going to get, for area of the rectangular picture, right? Then now, we are going to get the total area for this, combining the frame and the rectangular picture. So now we said the frame is half centimeter, 0.5 centimeter wide, like thereabout. So apparently this is 0.5 centimeter. Here to the spacing is 0.5 centimeter thereabout. So it means our 8 centimeter now will be 0.5 plus 0.5 like to each edge, and this too is 0.5 plus 6 centimeter plus 0.5. So now for the total area now with the frame, area of entire, let's call it, let's say entire figure, should I call it figure, there will be, our length now will be 0.5 plus that of the rectangle, 8 plus 0.5 times this 0.5 plus 6 plus 0.5 centimeters. So this is going to be what here? We have 9 times, we have 7, and this will be what? 9 times 7. That will be 63. So now, this we got here is for the entire of this. We want the area of just the frame. So this is the area of the frame now will be 63. The area of the entire figure here which we got minus that of the rectangle, which is the rectangular picture, which is 48. So this will be 63 minus 48, which will give us 15 centimeters squared. That's the area of the frame. Area of the frame. Now for 37. We have it that a solid cylinder of radius 3 centimeter, a solid cylinder of 3 centimeter has a total surface area. Let's call it TSA, total surface area of what? 36 pi centimeter squared. Find its height. They want us to find its height. So it's a cylinder now. The total surface area of a cylinder, we have written this before, pi r squared. I think the total surface area of a cylinder, that's for a cylinder, the total surface area, that's 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h. Yes. So the total surface area now should be what? We already have, they have already given us our total surface area, the value. So this is 36 pi centimeter squared is equal to 2 pi times r squared, that's 3 centimeter squared, plus 2 times pi times, our r is what? 3 centimeters times our height. We don't know what our height is. That's what we're looking for. So 36 pi centimeter squared is equals to what? This is what? This is now what? 9 centimeter squared. 18 pi centimeter squared. Plus, what do I have here? 6 pi h. So if we collect like terms here for this, 36 pi centimeter squared minus 18 pi centimeter squared is equals to 6 pi h. And what are we going to be left here with? 18 pi centimeter squared is equal to 6 pi h. So we divide through by 6 pi and here by 6 pi. What are we going to be left with? Pi cancels out. And our height for this cylinder will be what? 3 centimeters squared for our height. That's 37. A square of cardboard is tapped at the perimeter by. Okay, from our question 38, which we said a square of cardboard, that means a squared cardboard, has a perimeter. cardboard is tapped at the perimeter by a piece of ribbon 20 centimeter long. It means the perimeter of the cardboard, which is squared, is 20 centimeter. And we know that the perimeter of a square is what? The perimeter of a square is what? 4L. That is summing up the various lengths, various sides of the. So since we have a 20 centimeter, our 20 centimeter is equals to, that's the perimeter, 4L. So our L is going to be what? 20 divided by 4 centimeters. So the length, which is the side, is what? 5 centimeters. That's for our length. They are asking us now of what's the area. We have gotten our sides, the value of our sides. So the area of this square cardboard, now will be L squared, which is what? 5 squared. 5 centimeters squared, which is what? 25 centimeters squared. This is the area of the cardboard. That's the area of the cardboard, 25 centimeters squared. So now we have 39. A triangle has angles. Let's use here. A triangle has angles 30 degrees, 15 degrees, and 135 degrees. The side opposite to the angle 30 degrees is length 6 centimeters. The side opposite to the angle, let's just draw this. Let's just draw this. Let's say this is a triangle. It has 30 degrees. It has 15 degrees. And it has 135 degrees. They said the side opposite to the angle 30 degrees is 6 centimeters. This is 6 centimeters. And the side opposite to angle 135 degrees is equal to what? They say, what is this side? What is this side? What should this be? So we are going to use the sine rule for this. Let's call this A, B, and C. Yes. So this is going to be, we have what? This is going to be our small b. I'll call this our small c and our a. We want to find a now. A, B, C. So this is going to be what? A over sine 135 is equal to our b. Our b is what? 6 centimeters. 6 centimeters over what? Sine 30. So this is going to be A sine 30 is equals to 6 sine 135. Yeah, sine 135. So our A will be what? 6 sine 135 over sine 30 centimeters. So A will be what? This is 6 this is going to be 3 root 2 all over sine 30, that's half, and we can write this to be A is equals to 3 root 2 times what? 2, and this is 6 root 2 as that's this side, that's for the side opposite to 135 degrees. So 40 we have it that for 40 we have it that if the hypotenuse of a right angled isosceles triangle, we are talking about an isosceles triangle, have its sides equal, is 2. That's the hypotenuse. What is the length of each of the other sides. Now, this isosceles triangle is in the hypotenuse of a right angled. Let's just say the hypotenuse now is what? 2. We have the opposite side, we don't know. Our adjacent, we don't know. Let's say what is the length of each of the other sides. Since it is an isosceles triangle, each of the other sides, which is, let me say, maybe something like this. We have something like this, and this is 2. This side is as the same as this. So this is going to be, let's call it, it's going to be opposite squared plus what? The adjacent squared. So this is going to be what now? 2 squared is equals to our, since they are the same, we'll just name this our opposite. Let it be equals to adjacent and let it be equals to L. So this will be L squared plus what? L squared. So this will be 4 is equals to what? 2L squared, and our L squared will be equal to, dividing 2 by 2, we are going to get 2, and our L is equal to what? Square root of 2. So it means the other sides, which is this, will be root 2. That's this both end here. That will be root 2.
Alright, hi guys. We'll continue from previous section in our maths review. So we need to continue from question 51. And this is question 51. It says, in a soccer competition in one season, a club has scored the following goals. It's listed out here. Yes, it's 51. Say a club has scored the following goals: 2, 0, 3, 3, 2, 1, 4, 0, 0, 5, 1, 0, 2, 1. Then 2 again. 1, 3, 1, 4, and 1. So this is the data that gives us, and we're able to calculate the mean, median, and mode. It was given according to this order. So first of all, this is an unarranged. It's not that this data that has been first is not arranged. So we'll arrange it in a tabular form. Yes. It's here. Now here. To make things more easier for us, and then fx. Yes. So now our x here is, we have 2. No, let's start with the least. We have 0. We have 0 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is our highest value here. So now let's count how many zeros here. What are the frequencies? How many zeros we have in this place? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So our frequency here is 4. Then fx, that's the x that here we have 0 here. We need it in calculating our mean, median, and our. So how many ones do we have here? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Frequency here is 5. Fx is what? 5. How many 2 do we have in this data here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's just 4. 4. 2 times 4, we have what? 8 here. How many 3's do we have here? 1, 2, 3. Wow, just 3. Then 3 times 3, we have what? 9 here.
here.
How
How
many
many
4s do we
fours do we
have
have
here?
here?
We
We
have
have
1
1
and
and
2,
2,
just 2
just 2
fours.
fours.
2
2
times
times
4, we
4,
have
we
what?
have
8
what? 8
here.
here.
Then how
Then
many
how many
5s do we
5 do
have?
we have?
Just 1.
Just 1.
5
5
times 5,
times
that's
that's
25.
5.
Good.
Good.
And
And
now
now
we'll go
we'll
to
go
find
find
what?
what. Sorry, we have 1 5 here. So which make our fx 1 times 5 we have what 5 here. Good now. And in finding our mean, median, and our mode, the formula for mean, this is the representation of mean is our summation f of x over our summation what f. Our summation f of x, this is everything here. We just add everything here and divide by the sum of everything here. That is the essence of this summation here. So summation f of x will be equals to what? 0 plus 5 plus 8 plus 9 plus 8 again and plus 5, which is equal to what? Let's calculate it. 0 plus 4, 0 plus 5 plus 8 plus 9 plus 8 plus 5. Our total is 35. And our summation f 4 plus 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. This is, let's add this 5, 6, 10, everything together is 19. So our mean, therefore, according to our formula here, summation f of x over summation f will be 35 over 19. When we do our calculation, divided by 19, we will have 1.84 approximately 1.84. Let's put this in our answer. This is our mean. And now we were told also to calculate what according to their order, mean, median, and mode. So now in calculating our median, we need the total frequency in calculating our median cost to determine the particular formula that we will use. So now, according to this now, our total frequency according to our calculations is 19. And whenever you have an odd, maybe odd number of frequency, there is a particular formula you use to calculate your median. So is equal to n over plus 1 over 2. This n is just saying the number of frequencies you can replace it with. Summation f plus 1 over 2. It's the same thing. I just put this one, I arranged everything in order. So this is for odd, when your frequency is total frequency is odd. It's another number. But let's assume your median. In other cases, your median, you can calculate it when your total frequency is an even number. There is another different method to use, another different formula to use, which is here. You calculate it then the particular number, the count is then when you are solving, when your number of frequency is in even number, this is the formula you use n over 2 n plus 2 over 2 and everything here over 2. This is the formula you use when the total number of frequency is an even number for even. But now we are giving this, and our total frequency is 19, which is odd number, so we go for this formula here, this, which is our total number 19 plus 1 over 2, which is what? 20 over 2, which is what? And the 10th variable. And if we are to check via our table, if we are to observe the 10th variable on this frequency here, we have 4 zeros, 5 for making 9 variables. So the 10th variable, which is 2. So therefore our median will be equal to what? 2. We have found the second thing that they have to find. And then the mode, very easy. From the frequency, you can even you can trace the mode because the mode is simply the value in the data that occur more frequently. And from the table below, you see that above here, you see that one occur more frequently. So our mode is equal to 1 because it has the highest frequency. So the total answer now that we will have to that question will be we have to calculate our mean, median, and mode. So our mean will be what? 1.84. Our median will be what? Our median 2, and then our mode will be what? 1. So this is our total answer for this question. So now let's move to the next question, which is question number 52. And it says that, alright, let me it says, in how many ways can 2 students be selected from a group of 5 students in a debating competition? That is that we have 5 students in total, but we are trying to group these students two. How many ways can we select these students, 2 students from 5? If you check and observe and observe this question, you realize that this is a combination question. And we write it out. 2. Combination formula is simply, let's assume we have, let's say n combination r. Combination formula is simply n factorial over n factorial open brackets n minus r factorial. This is simply the formula for combination. And now we're told that how many ways can 2 students be picked or selected? Sorry, this is r factorial. R factorial down here. Made a mistake. This is r factorial, and we're told that how can 2 students selected from 5 in a competition. So this is total. This n stands for the total number of students that we're picking from, and then combination the amount of students that is to be selected, which is 2. And since we're already giving the formula here, we just input the values here. So we have what 5 factorial over 2 factorial open bracket 5 minus 2 factorial. This is it here. And what is factorial? Factorial is just simply 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. That's 5 factorial. 2 factorial is just 2 times 1. The mode is going, is descending in that order. That's as long as we have 6 factorial, we have 6 times 5 times 4 times till 1. And and so on like that, 10 factorial, 10 times 9 times 8 times 7. But now we have 5 factorial, which will be equal to what? This will be equal to 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 over what? 2 factorial open brackets 5 minus 2, we have what? Let's multiply 3 factorial. Now look at this now. We have this here and we have this here. Remember that I told you factorial is in descending order. For instance, I have 4 factorial, 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. But I have 3 factorial here, which is 3 times 2 times 1. I have 3 factorial down here. It's products and since they can cancel each other, which is 4 times 5 times 4 times 3 factorial. And make things easier for myself. 2 factorial, then dot 3 factorial. This can cancel this. I'll have what? 5 times 4 over 2 times 1, which is 5 times 4, 20 over 2, which is what? 10. So my total answer for this question, the answer for this question is 10. 10 ways that 2 students can be selected from 5 students in the competition. So let's move to the next question. 53. Yeah. So this question is the arithmetic mean of ages of 30 pupils in a class is 15.3 years. One boy leaves the class and one girl is enrolled, and the new average age of the 30 people in the class becomes 15.2 years. How much older is the boy than the girl? This is interesting. So we're told that the arithmetic mean of the ages of people in the class. That's before any changes happen. So we know that definitely the number of people in that class is 30. That's standard. You write that down. And then they now say the average mean of the students, the average mean of the ages of the students, which is what the mean sign is equal to what 15.3 years. Good, we're going somewhere. They now state one boy leaves the class, one boy is enrolled, one girl is enrolled, and the average mean changes. Okay, that means that is due to the duration in age between the girl and the boy. But before we go further, let us calculate. If the mean is this, the total number of students is this, then what is the sum of all the student age, that we use in determining the mean? Remember that mean is just summation of all the whole data divided by the total number that they have. So if mean is equal to what? Yeah. If mean is 15.3, and then it will be equal to summation of f. Don't forget what I did when I was solving mean. Mean is just simply summation of fx over summation f. So simply just summation fx over what summation of f. Total number that we are. And I was told, we were given the question that the n is 30. So just replace here simply with 30. So we have this. So this is what we need to find. We need to find this for before any classes are being changed or was changed. To determine the variation, what's changed between the boys' age and the girls' age. We need to find the total number of age of the class before any changes happen. So to find that, let's just cross multiply, or let's cross multiply. Now summation fx is equal to 30 times 15.3, and this will give us 30 times 15.3. This will give us 459. Good. So this is the summation of ages before any changes happen. Now, they said a boy leaves and another lady was enrolled. Then the mean changed from 15.3 to 15.2. And for a mean to change, it means the age of the boy is different from the age of the girl. So let us find out if the mean is after girl is enrolled and the boy leaves. Our mean changes from 15.3 to 15.2 years, and then the number is still, is still 30. Total number is still was 30. Then what is the total sum of age? Let's find that out. We have our mean is equal to what? We don't know the value for summation fx, but we know the total number of students is 30, which is equal to what? We know our total number of mean 15.2 is equal to what? Fx over what? 30. So our summation fx will have what? 15.2 times 30, which will be what? Let's our calculator. 15.2 times 30. We have what? 524, 56. Now, our previous one was profit 96. Can you see the difference now? So they now asked us in the question, they said, how much older is the boy than the girl? That is the variation in age that caused the change in the need. And to find that, it's just simply what? Total number of age, 459 minus the total number of age in the new after the changes, which is 456, which is equal to what? Just 3 years. So this is the total answer. This is my final answer to the question. So now let's move to the next question. question. Number 54. Okay, number 54, yes. Question number 54 says that number 54 says that the letter of word matriculation are cut and put into a box. That's matriculation one by one is cut and put into a box. One letter is drawn at random from the box. Find the probability of drawing a vowel. So let's treat the matriculation letter by letter. We have this is matriculation M A T R U Q. How many letters is this? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Good 13 letters. And if we are to recall our normal basic knowledge, vowels is there are 5 vowel letters which are what? A, E, I, O, U. So now we have to pick from these 13 letters which one of them are vowel. How many one of them are vowels? We have what A, we have what I, we have U, we have A, we have I and O. How many of them? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. We have 6 vowels in this word matriculation. So then I say what is the probability of picking the vowel letter out of this letter? That is from this 13, probability of out of 13, probability of picking a vowel. How many vowels do we have? We have what? 6 vowels. Out of what? 13 words. What is the probability of picking one vowel? It is just simply 6 over 13. 6 out of 13. That's the probability of picking one vowel. So let's go to the next question. Number 55. Okay. This is the mean of the number 3, 6, 4, x and 7 is 5. Find the standard deviation. So we're given that the mean of all these numbers here, the mean of these numbers the mean of these numbers 3, 6, 36, 4, 36, 4, x and what 7. The mean here of all these numbers here is equal to 5. Because there is an unknown number here. And now we find standard deviation. But before we find standard deviation on this number, the numbers are not complete. So we have to find this x. And I recall I say mean is what? Is equal to what? Summation of all this number divided by the total number of the total number with the total number, which is what? 3 plus 6 plus 4 plus x plus 7 over what? How many are they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 variables. Now, how do we get x? Let's first multiply. We have 25 is equal to what? Let's add all this together. This is our problem. This is 10. So we have what? 20 plus x. So yeah, we have simplified things already. Let's notice, let's collect like things. So let's bring x to one part. We have what? 25 minus 20. So our x therefore is what? 5. You know what our x is. Now, formula for standard deviation. Standard deviation, this is it. This is the signal, the sign for standard deviation. formula for standard deviation is square root yes, of summation of and we call standard deviation formula is yes, standard deviation. This is the sign that is used to represent it. Is equal to summation of x, which is the individual variable, then minus the mean all squared, everything total divided by the number of variables, which is what n, or summation fx, whatever formula, then everything all roots, everything square root is. So this is the formula for standard deviation. So now we now pick this individual variable one after the other, which is what we have of 3 minus what is our mean 5 squared, then summation plus what's the next variable 6 minus 5 squared. The next variable is what 4 minus 5 squared. Our next variable x, which we also found to be 5, is what 5 minus 5 squared, then plus 7 minus 5 squared. Everything divided by variable is 5, and all we use everything according to our formula. So for continue from here, let me continue from here. So 3 minus 5 is what? Is minus 2. Minus 2 all squared plus 6 minus 5, 1 all squared plus 4 minus 5 minus 1 all squared plus 5 minus 5 7 all squared plus what? 7 minus 5 we have what? 2 all squared. Everything divided by 5, then we root it. Minus 2 squared is 4, and plus 1 squared minus 1 squared plus 1, 0 squared is 0, then 2 squared is what? 4 again, everything divided by 5, then we root it, which is equal to what? 4 plus 1 is what? 5. Then we have 5 on both sides, which is what? 10 over 5. We root it, which is equal to what? Root 2. This is our final answer for. So the standard deviation that we got here is root 2. Let's take it. So let's go to the next question. Next question. So, our next question. Number 56 now. Number 56 states that the weight of 30 newborn baby are given below. Okay, this is just the weight of 30 newborn baby are given below, and we're going to find the mode. So, it's given below, let's write it out. It's very easy. Number 56. We say the weights are, they give us 6, 9, 5, 7, 6 again, 7, 7, 5, 8, 9, 5, 7, 5, then 8, 7, 8, 7, 5, 6, 5, 7, 6, 9, 9, 9, 7, 8, 8, 7, 8, 9, 8. Now, these are the total values that these are the weights of the gates. And we're told to find the mode. And then I said earlier that mode is just simply the variable in the data given below that that are common frequently. And if you observe this data, you can group them as I did them last time. But this is straightforward, very easy. Let's just count how many 6 do we have here? 1, 2, we have 3, 4, okay, just 4 6. How many 5 do we have here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, just 5 5s. How many sets do we have here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And how many 8 do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. And then how many 9 do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just 5 9. And if you observe according to that statistics, you realize that 7 or more frequently with 8 frequencies in this data. So which is the most? So that already has given us our answer that our mode is just equal to 7. Very easy. Bonus question. So our next question. 30 boys and X girls starts for a test. The mean of the boys' score and that of the girls' score are respectively 6 and 8. Okay, number 7. We're told that 30 boys and X number of girls. We don't know the number of girls, but we know the number of boys is equal to 30. We don't know the number of girls. It says it starts for a test. The mean scores of the boys is given as 6. Alright, I'll write it out. We'll do 6 for boys. Is equal to 6. And then the mean score for girls is equal to what? It's given as 8. So find X if the total score was 468. That's saying find X as the mean of. So find X, which is the number of girls. If the total score, that's total scores of the using getting the mean for the boys and the girls. If the total scores is total scores, let me write it out. Scores. 4, 6. Okay. In order to get this total scores, it's easy. What we will do is just let us start. Since we have the values and the variables for boys, we can get the total number of scores for boys, which is what? You know that our mean is what? Summation what? Fx over summation f. And we are given our mean for boys. For boys. As what? 6. We don't know summation fx, total number of scores for boys, but we know that 30 boys start from the test. So how do we get this? We just must multiply 6 times 3, we have what? 180. So 180 boys start for this test. So 180 boys start for this test. Okay, so if 180 boys start for this test, then and this is the total scores. If only it is the total number of scores that boys scored, total all the boys' total scores equals to 180. And if they say the total scores of both boys and girls is 468, so simple arithmetic, so simple mathematics, then the total number of scores for girls will be what? Would be 468 minus what? 120, which is what? What's 160 minus 180? 228. No, 288. 288, yes. Total score for girls. And if we know the total score for girls, calculating the number of girls will be easy since we know the number of men, the average scores that the girls will score. So, what is the average? This is remember our formula for girls. We got what summation effects for girls, which is 228, 288, I mean, over. We don't know the total number of girls that start for the test. This is what we are looking for. So what is our x? I mean our mean for girls is what is given as 8 in the question. Plus what we found here, 288 over we do not know x. Let's just multiply. We have what 8x is equal to what 228. 288. Our x will be what 288 over 8. Then our x will be we punch our calculators. X will be 36. So 36 girls start for the test. So this is the final answer. Number 57. So we move to the next question, number 58. So number 58 states, two fair dice are rolled. What is the probability that both show up the same number of points? We all know that. Let me write it out. We know that a dice has 6 sides, and then when you toss a dice up, what tends to occur is that it produces like 1 out of the 6 numbers that it has. So, and we know that 2 dice are rolled. Let me write it down. When you throw a dice, 1 die, the normal variables that tend to occur will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. These are our normal outcome, our outcome that we see in 1 die. But if we throw 2 dice, we'll have another 6 outcomes. But because we are throwing 2 dice and we are dealing with numbers, so the total outcome for 2 dice will be 6 times 6, which is what? 36. That will be the total outcome of numbers, because it can be 1 1, it can be 1 2, it can be 1 3, it can be 1 4, it can be 2 1, 2 2, 2 3, 2 4. So total number of outcomes is what? The 6 outcomes that we have here multiplied by the 6 outcomes that we have here, which is 36. Now they now say, what is the probability of having the same number? When we have the same number for 2 dice, the outcomes that are possible that will occur will be when they have 1 1, we have 2 2, we have what? 3 3, we'll have 4 4, then 5 5, and 6 6. These are the outcomes that we will have when we have the same number for 2 dice. And if we count this outcome, this is 1 2 3 4 5 6 out of 36. So then I say, what is the probability of picking the same number? It's just simply was this 6 out of 36. We know that this can be divided now. We have this here is 1 and this here is 6. So the answer to this question, total number of probability of picking of obtaining 2 same numbers when 2 dice is rolled is 1 over 6. So let's move to the next question, 9. Which of the following number is a perfect cube? Now this is like a bonus question. They give us some options here. We have it 350. A perfect cube is just a cube that can be, it's a perfect cube in the sense that it's there's a variable that will be multiplied 3 times to give that particular answer. We have 350 here. Let's check it. 350 here will be equal to what? A raised to power 3. So let's say A will be equal to what? Let's cube it. Yes. If you check it, punch your calculator. This can never give you a perfect score. And if you check the other options there, you will see that 1,726, 728. This can give you a perfect cube. I mean a perfect cube. This can give you a perfect cube. So that is that for number 20, for number 49. Then we move to number 60. A man bought, let me write number 60 here. A man bought a television set on hire purchase for 25,000 naira. Okay, let's see. That must be by this. He bought it. See, what's the price? To be worth 25,000 naira. Then was said that out of which, okay, he bought it on hire purchase, out of which he paid 10,000 naira. That's, when you want to pay something, when you want to pay instrumentally, you have to drop something first, deposit first. So it was said that he paid 10,000 naira as deposit. Which is what that's then the question is, if it's allowed to pay the balance of 8 equal instrumental payment, that means he split, let's say this is what's the balance that is to pay now. When you see what's the balance that is to pay from, he bought 25,000 or he paid the deposit of 10,000, so definitely the balance will be what 25,000 and 10,000, which is what 15,000. And if he is to pay this balance in 8 equal instrumental payments, how much will he be paying? That's per month. So if you just be saying the amount I will be paying instrumentally, amount to be paid will be equal to what? 15,000. The balance divided by 8, which will be what? 1,875 naira. You pay in equal, that's every month for 8 months. So that's number 60.